daily drive-by. I didn't like the way that sounded. Daily drive-by. Leaving cryo. Just got done doing the red light therapy, infrared sauna, and my cryo session. Try to do it 3 or 4 times a week because it makes me feel really well, both mentally and physically. And so as I was sitting in the sauna, I try and think of different things that I want to work towards, strive towards, that I want to talk about on the podcast, like whatever it is. And this came to me today because I cannot stand scales. What I mean by this is, in so many areas of our life, we are dictated, we are perceived, we are looked at, we are classified as a numerical number. People look at our salaries or what we make, puts us at a certain class, puts us at a certain threshold, gives them a certain image of what we are, our status, or the things we have. Driving in a car, speed, numerical number that we have to live by. The clock, we live by numerical numbers. Our bank account tells us if we're doing good or bad. All of these things have a meaning tied to them. The main message here, though, is a scale that you step on to see how much you weigh. There are so many people out there that step on a scale daily, and that determines if they're going to have a good or bad day. That determines if they're going to love themselves today or not. That determines what they're going to talk and how they're going to talk to themselves throughout the day, what they're going to eat, and more times than not, it's typically going to make them not eat because they're like, oh my gosh, that number's higher than I want to see. I just can't eat as much today. So not only does that throw off our nutrition, not only does that throw off our metabolism, not only does that throw off our mood and energy throughout the day, but it gets us in this funk. And if you know anything about the progression of physical activity in your body, a 175-pound person can look completely different than another 175-pound person. There could be one 175-pound person that doesn't look it at all, but they got muscle underneath their skin. They have muscle that is keeping their body together. They have muscle that is burning energy, burning fuel from the food that they consume. Whereas another 175-pound person, the same height, the same everything, gender, whatever you want to classify it as, looks overweight, has a big belly, has flabby arms, their skin doesn't look as healthy, they don't have much energy. And so what I mean by this is, don't get caught up on the number that you're looking at on the scale. It's good to have muscle. And when we talk about muscle, we're not talking about, bodybuilder type muscle. It is extremely hard to build muscle, and there is this preconceived notion out there in the lifting industry and the workout industry that if a male or female lifts a weight, they're gonna get big and bulky. It's not just happen overnight. That shit does not just happen after a year. You have to physically eat to the point you want to throw up sometimes because you are consuming more food to be able to build, nutritionize, if that's a word, those muscles to have the energy to expand, to grow, and to get to that stature status that you're looking for. So stop looking at the scale and start looking at, here's the message right here, how you feel physically, how you look physically, what your energy is like throughout the day, how you are sleeping, how you interact with people, how short your fuse is. Start looking at all those things. If those things are bad, then you know you need to make a change, you know you need to adjust, and you know that you need to do more, whatever that physical activity looks like. Because again, there are some times where I feel as if I am the heaviest or I look the worst, but typically when I get to that point, it's when I'm getting ready to break through to a new achievement, a new physical attribute that changes something on me. And so don't use the scale as a good or bad. use the scale as a guideline of, okay, am I getting heavier? And then looking at myself physically, can I tell that I'm getting bigger? But more importantly, how am I feeling? How am I doing? How am I interacting? How am I living? What am I focused on? How am I sleeping? All of those things. And watch how happy you get. Watch the results that you see, and watch your mindset shift, because you're not so focused on a number now. You're focused on the overall physical abilities and feelings of your body. So have a great day. Have the desire to inspire on whatever you're passionate about. Share that, tell that story. We need to hear it. The people need to hear it, so that way they can keep pushing forward. That way they can keep moving in order to see success in their life.